Yesterday I read in horror about a robbery, but the horror was not the robbery. The horror was what he's told. The robber is alleged to have stolen a check belonging to Santia Bradshaw, made payable by Errol Clark Associates Limited. I want to understand why Errol Clark Associates Limited would be paying any money to a minister of government. A minister of government who is a lawyer is not supposed to work as a lawyer after they become a minister. You cease your practice. So it can't be for legal work because she's been away from the law too long, unless that money was owed since 2018 or prior to 2018. Now, if it isn't for legal work that she would have done prior to 2018, for which she should be put in court ever since because you ain't paying money, what was this money payable for? The guy actually, a guy called Tyrone St. Elmo Holford, he's now residing at Dodge Prison for a series of burglaries. But this one burglary, he united a check, and the check was for, according to the charges, accused of uttering a forged bill of exchange to RBC Royal Bank, purporting to be a RBC Royal Bank check payable to S. Bradshaw, Santa Bradshaw, for $7,500 by order of our Clark Associates, knowing the same to be forged. He stole that from her office. He broke into her constituency office and stole that check. She needs to answer. When that young man ill-advisedly took his little boy to work with him on the minibus, she was out there. And she was on the upfront thing. This is a person who does work, our Clark Associates does work in the Ministry of Public Works, or his firm is an engineering group that could do work in the Ministry of Public Works. So I am not accusing her of anything wrong. I am saying it looks wrong, and it needs an explanation. She should not be receiving money from anybody. That is why they pay her well as a minister. They pay her big bucks. She gets no, and she also gets a car. She shouldn't, but she does, and a chauffeur. So she doesn't need to be getting money from hither, thither, and yon. I remember one other MP who got a check from somebody else. He spent time in jail for it. I don't know if something similar should happen here. I want to know the answers. I want to know why that check was paid. I am entitled to know. I'm a Barbadian. I'm a Barbadian electorate. Well, until they stop me from my national ID, my digital ID, so that I won't be none. But until such time, I want to know this why the minister would be in receipt of a check. I worked for a minister years ago, and every year I would organize a food hamper drive, and I would beg, raise funds, and one day a man gave me a check in his name. I said, "Because carry it back. Nobody gave me the money. That money will go to the St. Thomas branch. And the branch will make use of that money to buy the hampers, but no, not me." So I understand, and that is the way I was taught, and that is the way I expect. So if this was money given to her for something her constituency, it should not be written in her name. So I'm covering all the bases. If it was a donation for the hamper drive or for whatever, why is it payable to her? It looks bad. You should, because this guy would be doing work for her ministry, and he should not be getting back any. She should not be getting back any, or appear to be getting back any. So we need to understand this, and we need to know. Barbados needs to know why this is so. She must come out and make a statement, and if she does not come out and make a statement, the Prime Minister must come out and say, "I am very sorry, Santia. you gotta go. It's as simple as that. She should not remain as deputy prime minister with a check hanging over her head. Checks in Barbados have brought many politicians, in my experience. And this one, $7,500 might not be a lot of money to some people. It's a lot for me. But when you are in receipt of money as a minister of government, you must have clean hands or appear to have clean hands. And right now, that check having been stolen and there in the public domain, that the check was stolen from your office, from a person who contracts with your ministry, you need to speak about it. I am not accusing her of anything. I want her to come out and clear the air, because I will be accusing later if she doesn't clear the air. So until such time, Minister, Deputy Prime Minister Miss Cynthia Bradshaw, you need to speak up or leave the service of this country. You can't have both.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Marcia.
Caswell. Thank you, Caswell. And this is a topic, this is an issue that the Marcia Week Show will be continuing to ask questions about it every night that we are on. We are not going to leave this up. We're going to continue to ask these questions. It's a serious matter. And no accusations, because we don't have any facts. But I think it is in our right as the people who have put these politicians in office to ask questions. We do not have an opposition in Parliament or in the Senate. And therefore, it is us Barbadians that have to open our mouths and have the courage to ask these hard questions, and for our leaders to answer the questions. And that's all we're asking tonight, because we cannot make accusations because we don't have all facts, but we need answers. Simple as that.